is going on, guys? Once again, this is the Club of the Man 1993, and we are here live for my second live review of the evening. Quite possibly, unfortunately, though, the last one. It is already almost quarter after 11. I got through what I needed to do for one video project, and now I may try to do a second one, but it may be tough because of how late it is. So I most likely will have to save Road Rager review probably till Saturday, because tomorrow night I have plans with my girlfriend. I could probably review it Saturday during the day. We'll see, but we'll see what happens. We're here live, though, to review this week's NXT special, NXT Great American Bash 2021. This event took place unlike last year, when it was a two-night show to compete with AEW's Fyter Fest. This year, it's only one night. It took place this past Tuesday, July 6th, 2021, of course, as always, at the Capitol Wrestling Center. And no pun intended, but I thought the Great American Bash was a great show. Other than the one show from 2 weeks ago, 3 of the 4 shows since NXT TakeOver In Your House 2021 have definitely lived up to that hype and expectations of NXT is starting to get his mojo back. It is. I mean, it still has, some kinks to knock out, but what's helping is, even though I know a lot of people prefer Full Sail, one, the crowd is getting more and more organic. For a while, it felt like they were still, and maybe they were, doing some piped-in noises that was still, grinding my gears. But it's feeling like a lot more things are coming natural. There's stars like, Cameron Grimes really getting over with the crowd. The To The Moon catchphrase is super over. We got guys like Johnny Gargano, who, despite the fact that they're still trying to push him as a heel, he's getting the babyface reactions we knew he would get. And the stories are falling into place, and fresh talent is being built. We have the NXT Breakout Star Tournament that's going to be starting up soon. I believe it starts up next week. We got a title match set up for next week. We have probably the main event of TakeOver Las Vegas teased like crazy, that I think could easily be set up with next week's main event. We had an excellent tag title match, another pretty good tag title match for the women, a return with the fully charged battery, and overall some great stuff. Like I said, this feels like NXT pre-pandemic. I think we are, getting out of that hiccup, which is great. How long that may last, I don't know, especially with rumors having there's several people who have been kind of getting, some tryouts on main event, who Vince has been eyeing up, such as Karrion Kross. We've got, Karrion Kross, rumor to be called up. I've heard Bronson Reed, maybe Adam Cole, Shotzi Blackheart, Tony Storm. There's a 6th person, can't remember now who it was. Crap. Oh, Io Shirai, but that may be changing based off what happened at the Great American Bash. Let's talk about the show. I don't have all night, but like I said, it was a very good show. Live chat, we've got Anthony Manzano. What's up? He goes, hi, the Club of Man 93. Who do you want to win the NXT Breakout Tournament of this year? I'm between Josh Briggs and Odyssey Jones. Let me pull up who is in it, because I don't know too much about these guys outside of WWE or NXT, so that might be a tough one. Breakout Tournament 2021. Who are the names that are in it? Trey Baxter, Carmelo Hayes, Andre Chase, Josh Briggs, Ike Manjiro, Joe Gacy, Odyssey Jones, and Duke Hudson. Yeah, that one is tough. I mean, I've seen, the only ones I've seen actually wrestle are Trey Baxter recently against Kushida, and Carmelo Hayes. Carmelo Hayes definitely maybe a little bit more interested in him. So I'd say if the ones I at least kind of know of, maybe him, but I'd say give me a little bit of time to get to know some of these guys a little bit more as in the tournament, and then maybe make a decision. But for now, I'll say oh shoot, I forgot his name already. Trey Baxter and gosh, I forgot. I completely forgot his name already. Wow, way to go. Let me see here. I'll probably see, as soon as I see it, I will know. Carmelo Hayes. For now, I'll say Carmelo Hayes. But of course, as I get to know them, if I change my mind, then that's that. But like I said, I just don't know too many of the names right now. And he even said Carmelo Hayes too. Nice. All right, but let's roll in. Let's talk about the show. Like I said, I don't have too much time, so I want to at least get effective review in tonight, and we'll go from there. We opened up with a match for the men's NXT Tag Team Championships. It is the champs MSK taking on the team of Tommaso Ciampa and Timothy Thatcher, or of course, as Ciampa calls him, Toothless Timmy. Good match. Like I said, this is kind of like two different styles, like a high flying style. And then of course, like more of like a hardcore, not hardcore, but like a hard nosed, old school style wrestling, and submission maneuvers, of course, with Timothy Thatcher. This was excellent. I know a lot of people still do, and I still believe it as well. Think that Tommaso Ciampa and Timothy Thatcher is still a random tag team. They've done the best they can to make this work, but I still wouldn't like this to be long term. Like, I would like to see Tommaso Ciampa, get back in the main event scene. Heck, even maybe have another match with Karrion Kross after Kross had squashed him at TakeOver In Your House last year. Thatcher, I definitely have been intrigued by, of course, his character and him being a submission specialist, but I feel like he has a little bit more to prove on his own. So, if you want to keep them together, fine, but I'd say start maybe giving them some singles time also. As, of course, the team I think will dethrone MSK will be Hit Row. Top Dollar and Ashante Theodotus, of course, they stole the show for sure with the North American Championship cipher they had, which was very cool, I shall say. But this is a good match. I give them both teams credit, they're excellent. MSK wins. It continues to be the tag team champions. The battery was now up to 91% that was charging. We also see footage of Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly arriving today before going to Samoa Joe and Regal. And Regal says, we've all seen how Johnny Gargano has antagonized Karrion Kross, and it's clear it's not going to end well. He demanded Gargano and Kross to come down to the ring. Gargano comes out as NXT, the NXT wrestlers chant, the crowd chants Johnny Wrestling. Karrion Kross walks low with no Scarlet, though, turn around his waist. And Gargano said, you said I was antagonizing him? Well, let's get the formalities out of the way. He points at Kross and tells him that he sucks. He's been living rent-free in his head for a week, and there's a lot of room in there. He's living like a king. You're afraid to get in this ring because you know he will expose him. Regal says next week it will be Gargano and Kross for the NXT title. Kross is like, whoa. You think I'm afraid of you? I didn't try to run you over last week. You almost got yourself run over because you were in the way. I'm not just bigger than you. I have stronger convictions than you. Every day I wake up to the same three things on my mind. Never lose a title, headline WrestleMania, and win the WWE title. What do you do in the morning? Put on your wife's pants? Kind of true. I know you think you're going to do all these cool moves to me, but this isn't a cartoon. It ain't a movie. It's real. Guys like you get beaten up by guys like me, and next week will be no different. Real says, now to ensure things go well next week, there will be a special guest referee. And sure enough, that is NXT's special enforcer, Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe is going to be special guest referee next week. And Johnny goes, awesome, I love it. It's funny you mentioned his wife's pants because he couldn't lace his wife's boots. Kross says, Why wait until next week? He goes after Gargano, but Samoa Joe gets in his face to stop him, and then Cross just looked pissed off. Oh man. So, we're not saving Gargano and Cross for TakeOver Las Vegas. And of course, when provoked, Samoa Joe is able to, put the moves on. Well, that sounded a little wrong, but you know what I meant. But he's allowed to, attack a superstar if they provoke him. Again, here's the thing. They're still trying to make it seem like that Samoa Joe is not cleared to wrestle. But let's put it this way. He's been out for a long time. I think the last time he wrestled was either the Rumble or I think one of the Raws after the Rumble, and that one probably like an 8-man tag match with Kevin Owens, Samoa Joe, and the Viking Raiders versus, at the time, Seth Rollins and his crew, Buddy Murphy, and the Authors of Pain. Where are they now? They're both all gone. All three of those guys are gone. Again, like I said, at this point, you gotta do Joe and Cross at Takeover Vegas. You gotta do it. Like, there's no reason at this point that they should not do it. They're teasing the hell out of it. And next week, like I said, could easily set that up. I'm pretty sure Joe's going to get involved and put the Coquina clutch on Cross, because Cross is going to try to probably provoke him. But we gotta do that match at TakeOver Vegas. It's gotta happen. There's no reason at this point for it not to happen. But of course, then there's Johnny Gargano, who, even though he was still trying to come across as a heel by telling Cross he sucks and he's afraid of him, blah blah blah. Again, with the crowd reactions, you can tell that in some ways the heel persona of him is wearing off, but of course you can tell that it's still there. I just think that, again, it is best, I keep saying it's best to turn Gargano back to a face. Now that, the rest of the way has no titles anymore, we'll get to that in a moment. Again, make them faces again, especially Johnny. Like Candice, I feel like Candice could still get some mileage out of her as a heel. Johnny, though, again, I'm tired of his heel run. Again, it just hasn't worked. I don't like it. I just don't like how he's gone. I mean, if he was a successful heel, then I'd be okay with it. But he's literally a joke. He's annoying as a heel, and literally he reminds me, I just see too much of how WWE has booked Sami Zayn on the main roster as a heel with how they booked Johnny Gargano as a heel. And that's the thing why I'm so sour on it. Like I said, the nerding too is that nobody wants to really boo Johnny Gargano. And like I said, he's not meant to be this cowardly chicken shit heel. He, again, you could have made him just a badass. Like a darker, like an anti-hero or something like that. You didn't have to make him a full-fledged heel because, like I said, nobody wants to boo him. And two, he's not, I just don't get how you take your most successful, purebred babyface you've had for a long time and make him to one of the most unsuccessful heels ever. So that's why I'm saying, I hope this leads to Johnny Gargano turning face. Kushida was pissed that him and O'Reilly were jumped by Diamond Mine, and it may be open, but Kushida's ready. So, sounds like a teaser for O'Reilly and Kushida having a tag team match against Roderick Strong and Tyler Rust. Seems a good choice, although he'd really like to see Heikman in the ring. Time for our next match. Again, we're probably getting that, as I'm hearing rumors that they want to make Roderick Strong face of the Cruiserweight division. Only problem is there's barely anybody to fight for a Cruiserweight title right now, because they released like half their roster the other week. So, who knows? Who knows what we have? LA Knight and Cameron Grimes for the $1 Million Championship. Excellent match. Like I said, these two have really had a fresh feud that's legitimately, established both of them as stars. Like you feel like they've arrived. They're hitting their niche. Cameron Grimes is a babyface. Awesome. The "To the Moon" chant is over like crazy. LA Knight, just an excellent heel. Obviously, they told a story of, Knight having to beat the hell Grimes, who almost got counted out, but he was able to get back in at the last second. But LA was able to change it um, and get spiked with a BFT, and LA Knight pins him. And but now since LA Knight wins, Cameron Grimes has to be LA Knight's butler. So they're kind of in some ways doing what they did with Miro and Best Friends in AEW. But of course, we'll see how long. That lasts. I'm sure it might go on for a little bit, but we'll see what happens. Maybe it'll drag out till Takeover Las Vegas. They have like a third match or something like that where Grimes get his revenge. Don't know. I feel like it probably shouldn't be because, like I said, like the $1 million title, even though a lot of people said that they're doing favors, like it's doing something for LA Knight. And I think to establish him a little bit more, he might have to have a little bit longer reign, holding that $1 million championship. Maybe we'll wait and see. But excellent match for sure. Let me see here. What else do we have left to talk about? We have that and that. Okay, let's take a quick breather and check the live chat real quick. We've got Anthony saying first off coffee. Maybe, but I'm not a coffee drinker, unfortunately. He honestly thinks there is nobody on the NXT roster right now that can legitimately beat Karrion Kross. What people can think of right now is not even on the roster, and it's Parker Boudreaux and Bronson Steiner. Never really heard of them, but cool. I'd say maybe Joe. I don't know. Joe, Bronson Reed, honestly, probably could. I wouldn't mind seeing maybe like Cameron Grimes pull it off, maybe. Definitely not Kyle O'Reilly. Not O'Reilly. Yeah. Grimes, Joe, or Bronson. That's what I'm thinking. Unless they bring someone back to NXT, maybe. Who knows? Who knows? Let's wait and see. But it may be happening sooner than you think because, again, there have been rumors of calling up Karrion Kross, which I don't know if it's a good idea yet. But, we'll see. We then, of course, have Knight backstage saying how I hope you brought your plunger and you hope you have cleaning products. They got a lot of work for you. Then we have Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez pissed at Shotzi and Ember. See how Ember's a little bug just won't die, and Shotzi's a green-haired troll. We put her on the shelf before, but next time it'll be for good. They also reveal the competitors again, which are Trey Baxter, Carmelo Hayes, Andre Chase, Josh Briggs, Ike Manjiro, Joe Gacy, Odyssey Jones, and Duke Hudson in the NXT Breakout Star Tournament. The opening round begins next week with Ike Manjiro and Duke Hudson. So we'll see how that goes. Hopefully the actual winner stays around much longer, doesn't, quit wrestling because of, certain things that's happened with Jordan Miles. But again, I understand, why he got upset about what he did, but, it just sucks that, the winner basically goes on to do nothing. This is an interesting one. We have the NXT Women's Tag Team Championship match, The Way, Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell taking on Zoe Stark and Io Shirai. Solid match. I like it. The talking point, though, of this match, though, was the lights went out and that battery appears on the screen showing it's been charging for several weeks. And it appeared at 81 to 91 at the beginning of the show. And at this point, it goes to 100%. Lights go out, green lights are shining, and I heard the rumors, but the rumors were true. Tegan Nox makes her return. Candice LeRae after she's seen a distraction, and then Io drop kicks LeRae out of the ring, and then Zoe Starks tags in, and then Starks hits some sort of like a 360 GTS or something like that on Indy Hartwell, and shocker, but Zoe Stark and Io Shirai are now NXT Women's Tag Team Champions. Afterwards, Tegan Nox comes down and beats down on Candice LeRae because they had like a history and a story going on before Tegan got hurt again. I'm just glad to see Tegan back. I thought that with this being her third knee injury, I thought this could have been it. And what's really sucked was, at the time, I felt they were really, really getting into, like, Tegan was starting to really hit her strides as a serious star, I feel like. With her coming out and revealing she's a lesbian. And then, of course, and it just carried her momentum into, and her success and her struggles with her knees before. It's just like she's a very easy baby face to write for. She's great in the ring. She has a great personality. She's just someone that's just very easy to get behind. Honestly, here's what I will say also. Obviously, she has some unfinished business with Candice LeRae. Everybody keeps saying that Frankie Monet should be the champion right now, which I agree, except my thing is they're taking too long with her, I feel like. For the time being, why not have Dakota Kai turn on Raquel Gonzalez? Dakota beats Raquel, and then we have Dakota and Tegan feud for the women's title. Or just have Tegan Knox be the one to take the title off Raquel Gonzalez and having her and Dakota have a rematch and have Dakota get her comeuppance finally, as the matches they've had, I believe. Well, I think wasn't the steel cage match Tegan's? I can't remember. But one of was it the steel cage match they had? I think I can't remember who for sure won. But my other thing though too is it's just weird how I feel like they've taken they put Io Shirai in a random tag team with Zoe Stark. And I get it. They wanted to kind of, give Zoe Stark a rub with someone like, Io Shirai, which works. But to me, it's like Io Shirai is due a women's title opportunity. And I feel like also, like, again, she's probably going to be someone who's going to be called up soon. Honest truth, I would have rather, in some ways, for Tegan to get some of a comeuppance on Candice besides just distracting her and beating her, I would have had Zoe Stark challenge for the women's tag team championships. Said, she has to find a partner, and then Tegan Knox could still return, and she be the partner. And have maybe Tegan Knox and Zoe Stark be women's tag team champions instead. Maybe just as something different. Nitpick, but we'll see where this goes. I'm just glad, again, that one, Tegan's back, and two, Zoe Stark is getting a little bit of, more of a nudge in the women's division, as she definitely should. Again, LeRae and Knox brawl, and of course, also Dexter Lumis comes down and picks up Indy Hartwell, and they walk away carrying her arms. I forgot about Dexter Lumis. He's barely been on TV for a while, but whatever. We also have Toni Storm actually backstage. Says if she gets in the ring with Raquel Gonzalez, she'll become champion. She also says Saray, who's to be in action next week, is making a huge mistake challenging her next week. She's won more matches in Japan than she's had hot dinners. And the answer is no. And then we've got Hit Row and their championship cipher. B-Dab starts rapping first, chanting "Hey, hey, hey" to her bars, and then they start taking turns on the microphone. I think it was Swerve who says that he was never boogie or stupid and drags about getting guap. He says the emperors with new grooves like llamas. Only on NXT could he get away with the punchline that corny, and versus that this is not. No, that was, I think, Ashante the Adonis. Swerve then says they actually gave him a mic stand where he stands spitting as fast as he possibly can, and they stop rapping because the crowd starts booing, but then Top Dollar demands you put some respect on his name. If you don't know now you know. And then their theme music starts playing, and it was basically like some type of like a concert. Like it was very cool. Like I said, Hit Row, I wasn't a fan of it at first, because I still thought the Isaiah Swerve Scott heel turn was like super random and super unnecessary, but they're making it work. Hit Row has like a organic personality. It goes well with the audience. They're way over for sure. Like they could easily be baby faces if you wanted to turn them face, but they're killing it. Like they're definitely one of the best, probably maybe one of the best acts or the best act in NXT for sure right now. Like I said, we give it the belt, the North American title to Isaiah Swerve Scott, definitely deserved, but Top Dollar and Ashante the Adonis, give them the tag belts. they could have an excellent match with MSK at Las Vegas, getting the tag belts. They're the ones taking more over right now. That definitely rocked for them. But that was awesome. Um, and then we have the main event, which is Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly Part 2. Great match. It was just a regular one-on-one match. The only thing that hurt it, though, of course, was the constant commercial breaks. Again, that's the only thing I don't like, about having these matches like, Cole and O'Reilly on a weekly show where, there's going to be commercials involved, because it takes you out of the match. These two have excellent chemistry and work super well together, I believe. I loved, of course, the finish, about how there was several times where O'Reilly took a Canadian Destroyer, the Panama Sunrise, and it wasn't enough to put him down. He looked like a guy who literally was Cole was slowly beating the little bit of the last breaths out of O'Reilly, and it took him, he was baby steps to get there. But I like how Cole took some shots, got down, got back up. But it wasn't enough, though, as Cole eventually would win, as he expected. And we're probably going to be getting a rubber match between the two of them at TakeOver Vegas. Possibly a loser leaves NXT match, from rumors I've been hearing. But yeah, that's NXT Great American Bash. Again, I thought it was a great show, and I gave it a B+. Yeah, I really like what's starting to cook here with NXT. Again, Hit Row definitely taking over the show. Cole and O'Reilly had a great match. I like the return of Tegan Knox. I love the Hit Row Cypher again, like I said. Even the men's tag title match is good, and I can't wait to see what they do with Gargano and Cross next week. Live chat. Anthony thinks they're going to use Joe to give a rub to Cross. They have a match. I don't think Joe beats him. I mean, I don't think so either, but he's someone I could definitely see beating Cross, but I don't think he's going to win if they have a match at Vegas. But definitely, would help make Cross look really good. I honestly thought they gave up on a storyline with Hartwell and Loomis. I wish they did as well, because it's stupid. When did Tegan Knox reveal that she was a lesbian? Was it during one of these backstory promos that NXT does really well? She revealed it on Instagram, because she's been posting photos of her and her girlfriend, and I forgot what. It was sometime last year. I remember it was right before she won that Battle Royale or whatnot, or whatever it was, before she took on Io last year for the women's title, last summer. That's when she revealed. He didn't really like the Cypher. He listened to rap music, and they were offbeat, unless it was on purpose that they did that with Hit Row, maybe. He also thinks that the rubber match between Cole and O'Reilly is going to be a 3 Stages of Hell match at TakeOver. Woo! I mean, loser leaves NXT is what I'm still thinking, but 3 Stages of Hell? Honestly, they fit it. I think they fit it very good. I don't know which matches they would include in it, but I'd definitely be a fan of 3 Stages of Hell for sure. And JR says, is Finn Balor going back to the main roster, playing his injury been the way too? I don't know if he's injured or not, but I think Finn should go back up to the main roster. I mean, I hate to see him go back up since he was both crap up there the first time around, but other than him and Walter, who else does Finn really have to face in NXT? So I do agree, but yeah, guys, that's probably gonna be it for tonight. Again, I probably will work on the last thing I wanted to work on, but I probably won't be able to review Road Rager till the weekend. So I'll review Road Rager on SmackDown probably Saturday, because it's probably the only time I have. So yeah, got somewhat caught up tonight, so I'm satisfied, but I'm probably gonna be too tired to review AEW Road Rager after I shower and take care of something else I gotta take care of. It's 11:41, so I better get moving. So, guys, that's my review for NXT's Great American Bash. Again, it was a great show, and I gave it a B+. What are your thoughts on the show, guys? What are your thoughts also on upcoming stuff for NXT? Do you think NXT is getting its groove back? Make sure your thoughts down in the comments section below. And be sure as always to slap a like on the video and subscribe. More content coming to my channel. And follow me on Twitter at DemandAir93. So until then, guys, I'll check it out. I'll see you guys all later. Have a great rest of your night. Peace out, everybody.